What is going on, everyone? This is your man King May coming back with y'all right here in the King May YouTube channel, y'all. Today we are back on Autumn Oaks, and my goodness, do I have a lot, and I mean a lot, to go over with you all.
So get comfortable, minions. Get real comfortable.
One of them being, well, actually for the first time in, well, maybe ever with Farm Sim 19, a little bit stressed out. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of why I didn't exactly do another recording so far with Autumn Oaks. I needed to get a lot of things organized. So y'all, everything was put away except for like our chopper boxes and crane carts and well, our tillage equipment down there. But wintertime is now over. As you can see, some of the spots that we had snowblowed still hanging around. We are sitting at $87,000 here. A lot to go over. So we sold all of our dry corn. Now, in case if you guys haven't quite gotten to that point yet with Autumn Oaks, you don't make money off of selling grain. We only made $23,000 from dry corn. I still have soybean that I can sell, but I really don't have much. Maybe a few wagons worth. It ain't worth it. With that being said, y'all, we had to go ahead. We had to place down a calf pen here as well. It was a bit stressful just because I bought all of my cattle in 2 waves. I bought the first half, and then after a handful of days, I bought the second half, giving me a 140 total head of cattle. What that ended up doing was, well, we abundantly had calves and all at the same time. Got a little bit stressful. So my word of advice to you all is when you buy cattle here on Autumn Oaks, do them in groupings of like 10. I would say about 10. Buy 10, wait like a day or 2 days, maybe 3 days, and then buy another 10, and then repeat that process until you have how many that you would like to have. I ended up maxing out this main farm calf pen, which is this one right here, with all cows that are at 0.0. You're supposed to move them in at 0.1. Well, here's the thing. I have 26 that are at 0.1. I can only fit 18 in the calf pen. We ended up losing some calves because of it. Some cows were calving at the same time, and there was not enough room in here to do that. So to be less stressful, y'all, you can move them in here. You just got to be very cautious and watch your time. You can move time ahead as long as your chores are done, but you need to watch very intensely at this menu, and you're going to have to keep backing out and kind of doing one of these, which is what I was doing repetitively all through wintertime. It was a grind. It was about 2 weeks worth of time that it took us consistently hopping on here together and moving cows. We've got milk replacer, which is being made up in the front of this main tie stall barn. You can actually go into your Control G. You can go on down as long as you put milk replacer into your tie stall barn at the milk house. Just open the door, drive the milk replacer there. You can go ahead, you can click on this. You can spawn a maximum of 3, and it'll say pallets, spawn pallets. All it does is spawn these little buckets here of milk replacer that you can come on down and feed your calves with. You want to leave the calves in a calving pen or this calf portion of the tie stall barn for 2 season rotations. These calves are going to stay in this pen until fall because they were all born in the winter here, you guys. Some of them were born in spring, but that's okay. Those calves are going to just be moving in the fall along with the rest. To get you guys caught up here, we did end up being able to make our purchase. So as voted on essentially by you guys, we got the 9420, guys. It was the best option. Now, I did talk to the dealership. That was a bit of a steep price, I'm not gonna lie, but we talked them down. So did a little bit of searching, found the exact same 4-wheel drive tractor, 9420, exact same options on it, but a little bit cheaper. So we ended up actually only paying $90,000 for that rig right there, giving us the horsepower that we need for our tillage. We got to play an equipment shuffle today. We need to get everything kind of, well, not everything, but we need to get our baler. We need to get some things moved out of here, hooked up, ready to go for the field work we have going on right now. We ended up having to get ourselves a liquid manure spreaders. We went ahead, we got a Howell manure spreader here, ready to go. We're gonna hook the 9420 up to this old girl. We ended up having to switch, actually. We ended up having to go with a Kuhn straw spreader. Reason being, I was having a bit of an issue with that other hay buster. It is meant for round bales. I was stretching it with putting square bales in, and they were kind of glitching and not always registering. So we just had to go ahead and get ourselves a square bale straw spreader. It's working much better here for us on our farm setup. Dropping down now, we ended up making a fairly large purchase here with the Artsway X700 manure spreader. I realized going through winter just how much manure is getting created on this farm. With that being said, this here pen, this is the steer pen. All of our steers are getting sold to Haberman so he can raise them as beef cattle. We're going to be putting our regular Holsteins in here eventually as well. This pen's creating manure. Our heifer pen down there is creating manure, and the tie stall pen is creating manure. We did end up having to buy a small trailer. I got it tucked away right now, but just to transfer all the manure from all of these places into this pit right here. As far as the demo is no longer here, y'all. The JCB, she was a beautiful, beautiful rig, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I loved the setup of stability on it. I like the tracks. I like the JCB as a whole. It was a great skid steer. However, we ended up making a purchase here. We went with a case. Just price range, we were able to get a little bit better on the case than the JCB with the SV280. It's about the same amount of horsepower. We do go with the wheel option. It has just as much stability as the tracks on the JCB. And the Bobcat just was not cutting it anymore, y'all. It was way too tippy. Now, running across the street, y'all, we actually ended up purchasing this area, this house and the shed area space here when we purchased this field right here. So when this field does get cut with haylage, my man Cap, my right-hand man Cap, he's going to be running and operating this little farmette over here. We're going to be expanding this side over here with sheep. Actually, we got a couple of different sheep pens that we're going to be using, and it's going to be pretty exciting. I'm kind of ready for it. Forgot to mention earlier as well, if you guys do enjoy the video today, make sure you go ahead, you tap that thumbs up button for me. It lets me know that you're enjoying this content. If you have not yet subscribed here to the King Mate community, make sure you go ahead, you do that for me now as well. Tap that little red button down there. It's free, it costs you nothing. We're gonna go ahead here though. We hopped in the 4955. We're just gonna pull her on over here and let her get warmed up while we're loading up the manure. All right, there you go, guys. We ended up finishing loading that manure spreader. She's got plenty on her. We're gonna go ahead and just get our next scoop ready here with the old case skid steer. We're gonna get on out here. We got a couple of fields already spread, so we pretty much got to hop on over here to this next section, which is where we're gonna start today. I did get a little bit done, spreading quite a lot more now on these smaller fields. This manure spreader is a bit overkill. However, on our bigger fields, definitely going to be worth it. I'm extremely happy with this purchase. We ended up buying another small manure spreader. We had two of them on the farm here during the winter time. I was hoping I would be able to get by, and it just didn't happen as more cows got into the tie stall barn, and you got to clear out that gutter system every day on this map. So the storage definitely got used as far as that pit. We're going to be using that quite a lot this next year here on the farm. So that little trailer was definitely necessary, and we ended up just selling both of the manure spreaders. I did pay for both of those in cash. Now, the other reason why I am really enjoying having this manure spreader is a much more even coat, as I am getting manure all over the road.
There's poop everywhere!
All right, we will have a couple more loads of solid manure to get out. Hopping up in the old 9420 here. There we go. Let's go ahead. We're gonna fire up the old pump here, get her running. We'll get this slurries filled up here. All right, now that we got that filled up, we are overflowing just a little bit in the back here, so I'm gonna want to make sure that I'm actually really careful going through the barnyard. All right, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna open up the gate. So what ended up happening, you guys, since we didn't make anything on grain, we ended up getting a government subsidy for this last year. That ended up helping us out. So what happened with that government subsidy? Well, we had about $300,000 worth of debt until we sold those 3 tractors on the farm. Once we sold those, we got our debt down to about $85,000. That debt was waived from last year. On top of that, the government subsidy allowed us to be able to take in $1,000 per tillable acre that we own. Well, at the moment, we have 166 acres for our farm of tillable land. Plus, we got to include that field number 3 down at the bottom of the map. Pretty big field. We got to add that on there as well because we are leasing that out. With that being said, that ended up bringing us in about $180,000. Got us sitting pretty good with the money that we had from the last video that you guys saw. So with that money, we were able to spend the $90,000 on this here tractor to get us set up. And obviously, we aren't really going to be able to do much with buying much more equipment on the farm. Now, we are going to kind of take out a loan for that whole sheep setup. We're going to have to figure that out just because the sheep setup is very, very easy to maintain, and we can actually make quite a bit of money on wool. Right now on the map anyways, we're looking at like $600+ per ton for wool. Our land is going to be focused on feed for the cattle, you guys. We have a lot of milk coming in. That is going to be our main source of income, is our milk. We will still try and sell a little bit of dry corn to still try and make some money back, at least on that end, but we already know we ain't making much from doing that. All right, so carefully getting backed up here. We're gonna continue hauling out some slurry here for just a little bit, y'all, and then we're gonna get the equipment shuffling done. We got to spread lime down in field number 3. Now we're gonna have to go ahead and steal Haberman's, and I'm kidding. He did give us permission to be able to use his truck with the Wilmer hauler, so we're gonna be able to do that. So I'm just gonna keep on keeping on with this slurry here for a little while, try to get this field cover up as best as I can, and I'm gonna catch up with y'all here once we get to doing lime on field number 3. We got everything set up ready to go with the limer here. Just got her pulled out. We do have her filled up as well. Now I wish I could use that truck for hauling lime over, but we're gonna need an auger, and I didn't want to bring that down as well. So we have the fix for that at Haberman's, and seeing how the lime that we need to spread is down kind of closer by him anyways, might as well go down. We'll spread this load of lime, and then we will go ahead. We'll stop at Haberman's and utilize his truck. Oh baby, really testing out the 8410 here. We're just picking up where we left off, and GPS let me know kind of, we did get one load of lime spread around this edge, so I'm picking up where we left off. My goodness, so this field is definitely testing with a you know, fairly full, I would say about 80, maybe 85% full lime trailer. Seems how we just got her turned on. My goodness, definitely testing out the ponies here in this 8410. She's definitely got it though. She's pulling it. We're just cranking on at the throttle, baby. She is picking up. My goodness. But I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna pull in right about here. It's looking like that's kind of where the GPS is showing anyways, that we sort of left off. So we did lime that outer edge down pretty much almost to the end anyways. So we're gonna go ahead. We're just gonna follow the GPS because obviously the lime just kind of went away. It's still there. We still have our pH level there from before wintertime, but with the snow and everything, you just don't see it. We're gonna take a slight jog down here to Haberman's place. We're gonna snag that truck, grab ourselves a load of lime. We're gonna come on back. We're gonna get to continuing on with that field here today. Wait a minute, did Haberman steal this from a co-op? I mean, it is a very old truck, I suppose. Probably bought it on auction, but I'm gonna have to talk to him about that. See if he's out there just buying up co-op trucks. My goodness. All right, you guys, we got ourselves refilling here. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna call this one a video, y'all. But if you enjoyed, make sure you let me know by smashing that thumbs up button for me. And of course, if you haven't yet subscribed here to the KingMate community, make sure you go ahead and do that for me now. And let me know in that comment section, do you guys kind of want to see a specified video on how I organize or manage cattle here on Automokes as far as dairy anyways? My man Haberman can help us out for the beef cattle on this map if you guys want that. If we're just maybe explaining something a little different than Dennis, he's got phenomenal videos though going over his map, his edits to this map, and how he set it up, how you guys are supposed to do it. But let me know down in that comment section. We have got a lot going on here on Automokes. More videos to come. I hope you guys are enjoying them. And let me know if you are, because, man, I'm just really enjoying this map and making content on it. But, y'all, I'm going to catch you on the next one. Peace!